We're going to turn now to Senator Jeff Merkley of Oregon. Senator, I'm sure you've been watching what we've been airing in the press conference. I don't know how much of that you were able to hear with Senator Padilla speaking a bit to the press there. But, you know, I think the thing that I took away from that is he said, if this is how the administration responds to a senator with a question, you can only imagine what they're doing to farm workers, to cooks throughout Los Angeles, throughout the country. What is your reaction, sir?
He's absolutely right. We are seeing America slide into an authoritarian state. The president is attacking freedom of the press. He's attacking the universities. He's attacking the law firms. He is proceeding to break so many laws regarding the conduct of the executive branch, and he's stiff-arming the courts. This is how a republic becomes an authoritarian state, and we're seeing one more evidence here. You know, our First Amendment of the Constitution guarantees the right to petition the government with your grievances. Here is a U.S. senator saying, hey, I have a very serious question here. He's identifying himself as a U.S. senator. It's a press conference. Why would not the secretary say, let's hear from the senator from California? I'll answer his question. Instead, having the FBI, police, shove him out of the room, knock him to the ground, handcuff him, because this administration is becoming an authoritarian state. It is absolutely wrong, and it is outrageous. And members of colleagues of mine are on the floor. I was on the floor a few minutes ago saying this type of conduct has to end, and we have to save our republic.
I think it's unclear at this point if the senator identified himself. He didn't mention that particularly in his statement, but he did say, look, I'm a sitting U.S. senator. I was in the federal building for a scheduled meeting that was just a few doors down from when I heard that the secretary was having a press conference. He said, I've asked repeatedly questions of DHS that have gone unanswered, so I went in to ask my question, and then that picks up pretty much his story with the video that we have. But I do want to say to you, Kristi Noem is on Fox News right now. I've got a note from a producer saying she's saying similar to what was tweeted in a statement from DHS, basically that the senator burst into the room, elevating his voice, and did not identify himself. Appropriate actions were taken, and she had a conversation about the senator, basically saying nobody knew who he was. I want your thoughts on that as well, sir.
I'll just say that's an outrageous manipulation of the scene. I mean, Alex Padilla is a U.S. senator. He was Secretary of State. He has been all over the media talking about the challenges of the president proceeding to send 2,100 National Guard members over the objection of the mayor, over the objection of the governor, sending 700 Marines, further elevating, pouring fuel on the fire. We saw President Trump do this in my home state, in Portland, back when his first term. We're seeing it on a much larger scale now. We saw him in his first term send out police that went unmarked, and they were throwing citizens of Oregon into unmarked vans. It was authoritarian then. We did everything we could to protest. Now we're seeing this on an amplified level. And what I heard on that video, what I saw, was him say, I am a U.S. senator. Well, absolutely. If Kristi Noem doesn't know who the senator of California is, then I must say she's either enormously uninformed or she's enormously deceptive.
I also want to ask you, Senator, as tensions grow and this continues to escalate, Democrats are going to be asked, you're going to be asked by your constituents, what are you doing to push back? But you do then find yourself in a predicament because you know what the White House is going to say. The White House is going to say this was a stunt, this was all for the cameras, that they are going to claim that this is Democrats not respecting law and order. Do you have a response to that? And if people want to push back, what is the correct way to do it?
Well, first, what Alex did was exercise free speech and free assembly under our Constitution, and certainly normally you accord some additional privilege to a member of the Senate. I hold 36 town halls in Oregon. The public can come to every one of them. Sometimes people interrupt. I ask them to be respectful for the process. If we give them opportunity to make their point, absolutely this is an incredible suppression of the spirit of freedom of assembly and freedom of speech and the right to petition your government. I would say to everyone, we are in extraordinarily dangerous grounds. We are sliding into an authoritarian state. We are in the middle of a constitutional crisis. But demonstrate peacefully. Peacefully. Do not damage property. Do not hurt others. Do not allow others to do so at a demonstration. We need the voice of the people brought forward loudly, rambunctiously, but peacefully.